What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again, coming at you with another Summoners War video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing something different for the community here. We're going to give you guys a state of the game video, bringing on a up and coming content creator by the name of Kigerr here, who's finally we were able to set some time aside to get him on board and do this video on the fly here. Kigerr, how's it going, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I was just laying back after I put this video out, and I saw your message like, "Hey, I want to talk about this video you put up," and I thought it was very interesting, and we'll definitely be talking about what I found.
Yeah, definitely. So again, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out his video, we'll leave a link in the description down below so you can see the full video on the fly. But he's going to give us kind of a summarized, part of that video, as well as, provide his insights on the state of the game right now and where he thinks it's going to be going in the near future here. So again, fam, if you guys want to do me a favor, show your support. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops. So without further ado, though, let's get into it. I guess the thing that we need to start out with is let's just talk about the introduction of your video and like kind of some of the information that you found.
Yeah, so I started it. I did my first one last week, and I only did a couple servers. So what I did was I started a new account on each of the servers.
Okay.
I took it up to end of chapter 1, where it takes you to Castland. And then you meet the arena trainer who makes you start challenge arena. And a lot of these reroll accounts, people who buy, sell, whatnot, they normally stop about 10 or 11 chapters before that.
Okay.
Because that's when they introduce summoning to you. So a lot of those are cut out when I do my numbers. And I looked at population numbers of all the servers just to kind of see where we're at, because a lot of people say my server's dead, my server's really competitive, there's so many people, there's not enough people,
Right.
And I wanted to either give validity to that,
Okay,
or show why they're wrong.
Okay. So again, to preface this for the people that didn't get a chance, a video, you essentially put out a video. I think it was called like the population numbers for June 20th, and trying to get a feel for, kind of where we're at when it comes to numbers across all the boards here. And to my surprise, the numbers that I saw for like on the arena side for NA, whatnot here were pretty standard here, but I was actually shocked to see like the numbers for global, the Europe servers, the Asia servers to be exact here, how they were like astronomically higher than what ours is. So what's your take on that? Why do you think that is the case? Is it just, this overall population of the Summoners War family in and of itself, or do you just think like they just hit it off really good when Global came out? What's your thoughts on that?
So I'll say a huge thing is there were a lot of people that were playing on NA only because that's all they had the option for was NA.
Right.
When the game initially came out. So I know at least in my guild, a bunch of our, like, I believe 15 of our top 50 went to EU when that came out. They were disgruntled because they spent on the account and then were going over there, but it was, their better ping, stuff like that over there. And it would be better, like, times for events and whatnot.
Right.
So I do believe these types of games, I even believe in Sky Arena, it's more popular in the Asia servers and stuff, right?
Yep. Yeah, I believe so as well.
So when we have all of NA being, let me see, 70, about almost 11K through all of NA. And then we have Asia being almost 20. That's one of the 3 Asia servers.
No, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So numbers overall, I mean, there's just so much more down on the NA side versus the like EU and Asia side here. In addition to that, one of the things that you pointed out in the video is that the amount of money that Comtois was making on this was almost 2 to 3 times. I think maybe it was like 2 to 3 times higher, like 3 months ago versus now, right? Wasn't it like 8 million?
About double. About double.
Yeah. So your particular thoughts, I mean, obviously you've had a chance to kind of talk with your community and try to figure out like what where they mess up on or what they need to fix. Like what's your What's your initial take on this, since we're kind of doing
Yeah,
this video on
so
the fly?
I also when I made that video as well as when I made my other one last week with only a few servers, I looked at Google Trends and stuff like that just to see who's actually looking up the game and what we're doing right now. And I believe the biggest downside that they had was really the One Punch Man event.
Hmm.
So we have $8 million in March, about 7.5 million in April, and then 4.5 in May. So not quite half, but almost half. Well, a little bit more than half. And when you look at Google Trends, we're still people are still looking up Summoners War Chronicles stuff.
Hmm.
So people still are interested in the game. They're just not putting out their money. So I think it's really the One Punch Man kind of scared a lot of people off.
Yeah, yeah, and rightfully so. It was an interesting situation to say the least. I mean, I know CompTOS, knowing their history when it comes to the Summoners War family and what they've done in the past for the free-to-play players in Sky Arena, I was genuinely shocked to see that particular, how that collab went down. It's unfortunate, but as always, companies, lessons learned, and hopefully they can learn from their mistakes. I feel like the Chronicles family, the team that's working in the background, I feel like they've kind of taken a couple pages from Sky Arena's book and taken the time to kind of listen to user feedback, because I feel like a lot of the things that people have, been talking about, they have, making some adjustments, down the road here. But this one here, the One Punch Man, I don't know, since it has, kind of a monetary, tie to it with a separate company, I don't know if it's something that they can do, because ultimately, while they want to bring in, other companies to kind of, generate some hype in the game, it's, they're kind of limited to what they could do given the fact that they're,
So
yeah,
I did talk to some people that were in the field. Like they're not as far as mobile gaming, but as far as other gaming, PC and console, I've talked to a few people, and they said this one was very, very strange because usually the control is the other way around.
right.
Normally it's the others, so like One Punch Man or like the manhwa that we had, tutorial tower. Normally, the game is the one bringing people to their thing, One Punch Man or that manhwa, and effectively the game is in charge of all that.
Hmm.
So when Summoners War put out that statement saying this is what we agreed to and we can't change it, the people I spoke with said that sounded very, very strange.
Yeah, yeah, that's weird. It's like I don't even know what to take on that. That's just, I mean, like I said, it's an unfortunate situation, and for me, to be completely honest with the people in the Summoners War community, like I was really like, after all that was kind of done, and to see the downhill of this particular game, I was, I'm a little sad, because ultimately, Summoners War Sky Arena, we're talking about a game that's been out here for nearly a decade. There's just only so much, that can be done with the game. I'm sure you're familiar with the fact that we got the new stream coming out here, like a big announcement for Summoners War Reloaded, which again, I think it's like a half and half thing. People are talking about, people are excited, people are not excited. They're excited, but they're like, well, what more can you do? Like, are you really going to revamp the whole game? Or are you going to add more stuff that we can't, get done on a daily basis? Because Lord knows there's already too much stuff in the game that people can't keep up with. So it's just like, oh my goodness.
Even though Chronicles and Sky Arena are factually different types of games, one is action, the other is turn-based.
Yep.
Both of them, just any game in general, is always going to have this kind of happy medium you have to try to put, because people are going to want new content.
Right.
But when you add new content, that's adding on top of what they're already doing.
Yep.
And I believe, at least here in Chronicles, they've been doing a good job of relieving some of that stuff. We talked just a little bit before this video.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the hero area, right?
Right.
That they moved the bosses only spawned 4 times a day. Now they're every 5 minutes. Korea got an update last week that you only have to kill them once a month instead of once a week, and the rewards obviously higher.
Right.
We also had the Galagos change going from bi-weekly to monthly. So it feels like they're trying to relieve some of that strain. So we have Guild Siege, we have all these things coming into the game. While we do still have that other stuff, we can kind of take it at our own pace now.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the siege thing here in less than 2 weeks, I think, is going to be interesting as well. The question is it going to be enough for the people in, or will it, for some of the people that may have dropped out, will it bring them back? I mean, obviously, when it comes to games like this, ultimately you can go as far as you can when it comes to PvE, and the PvP aspect of the game is what carries it the most here. So hopefully they can, really do something with this. It looks extremely similar to how it is in Sky Arena, but if they can figure out a ways to make it excited, I think it'd be good. I know, and I'll put it out there, Kigerr. You can take the reins on this one, or one of the YouTubers that'll be listening to it. Like, one of the things that people need to be doing right now is be talking about, siege offense, siege defense, teams that will synergize well, 4-star teams and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of videos that content creators can make and, get people hyped up about, because ultimately a lot of us that have been showcasing various, units over the last 6 months or whatnot here, we've been just highly focused on the units that allow us to, be a little bit more versatile, maybe not, not super niche, maybe in certain situations, but now we have just a heap of, especially 4-star units out there, that we have tons of 4-star Devil Monitor skill ups that we can, mix it up, try new things. And, I think it's going to be really fun. I think the next couple of weeks are going to be fun, especially on the content creation.
100%. One of my favorite things looking at that is we had the Galleon nerf recently, right? Where he went from 3 mana to 4 mana, but sneakily in his other ability, they gave him a reduced healing effect. So he's probably still going to see play in Siege as a counter to heal heavy teams. So it'll bring some new life into monsters that are just kind of in the back line. People are like, I can do 1 or 2 teams for everything else, right? But as far as your 3rd, 4th, or even 5th team, I can't even imagine trying to get 5 teams of good runes.
Yeah, it'll take some time, and again, we got it's one of those things where we can't really shuffle around runes because they need to stay on the units here. But I think it comes down to, like, we're just going to be in a situation where we're not going to have, every single thing is not going to be decked out. Because of how easy it is to shuffle around runes versus how it was in Sky Arena, costing money and stuff like that. But
something I wanted to ask you about, so they gave us an announcement in this post or the week before that they plan to go to energy system. And that is how Sky Arena is, right?
Yep.
How is it like over for you guys?
I mean, energy system and everything, it's always been fairly good. I think the energy system, in a nutshell, on Sky Arena has been doable because of the fact that I think the amount of energy that they utilize for these dungeons versus how much we get and how much we can win between events or wars, I think it's really decent. I know some of these games out there, Honkai Star Rail or something like that, one of the things that pushed people aside was the fact that the energy system was just atrocious. The amount of energy it costs to clear a dungeon versus how much you get, on the jump is just like, it's just ridiculous. But
it's 10 per, and then you get that in an hour with a cap of 180. So you have to check it every 18 hours.
Yeah, forget that.
How often do you have to check your energy in Sky Arena so you're not going past the cap?
That's the thing for me. I can't personally answer that question. Maybe I could back in the day when I was a little bit more hungry, because as of late, I just been trying to keep up with the game, constantly collecting energy before it gets done. So I'm sitting here with like 400, 500 energy. But, back in the day, we were in the, I'd be in the game, off and on, 3 or 4 times. And again, now it's a little bit easier because we're auto farming. We're able to utilize our energy a little bit more. But, Yeah, overall, I think they've done a pretty good job with the energy system there. And I feel like the energy system in our game has been a foundation for some other games in the down the road that's come
Mm-hmm.
out after us. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be an interesting take on this one, trying to create. Like I said, there's a lot of things that you could tell, like not just the energy system, but there's a lot of things that are going back and forth about what Chronicles is doing that they want to put into Sky Arena, what Sky Arena is doing they want to put into Chronicles. So maybe this whole Reloaded thing will, share, a little bit of that as well too. But
Just the last thing I wanted to say before we get out of here is I know they just had their 9-year anniversary
mhm.
over in Sky Arena,
Yep.
but next month, July, is actually the 1-year anniversary for the Korea servers
Yep.
for Chronicles. And I haven't been a part of any of the Sky Arena uh, anniversaries, but I've been told they're very, very lucrative.
Yeah.
So they may take this as an opportunity, a bunch of rewards, bunch of logins, bunch
Mhm.
of reasons to come back.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we have Summoners War Sky Arena to kind of give us the had paved the way on that. So they're definitely going to do it big. They have to. I mean, there's no question about it. There's too many competitive games out there right now that are coming off the jump that are just like they just gotta make sure they keep their community base going here. But yeah, like I said, one of the things I wanted to get out there was to kind of share some of the information on your video. And unfortunately, some of the downhill things are going. But that being said, though, you've played the games for quite some time here. Just give us your brutally honest opinion. As far as the state of the game right now, do you think this is a temporary thing? Do you think that the things will be a little bit different once you get the numbers? I mean, what's your take on this game overall?
So when I first downloaded the game, I thought this was because I can only play on mobile because I'm always on the go for work and
Yep.
whatnot. Um, so I looked at it as I played WoW a lot when I was a kid. I looked at it as my mobile WoW, World of Warcraft, and as it's evolved, it really has kind of become that.
Yeah.
Um, and I just think that it's not that's not the kind of game that some people want to play.
Sure.
But I think that some people haven't got to a point to realize that. And like I said previously, the One Punch Man put a sour taste in people's mouths.
Hmm.
But especially, I know you and I play on an A. Global is very, very happy with the Tower collab, which we were as well when it came to us. Very, very easy. You just do your things, and you're guaranteed to have the 4-star and whichever one of the 5 stars you want, at
Hmm.
least.
Right.
Um, so I think if we get a third collab and it's towards like the tower, towards tower collab, and or we get a we're sorry, what is it? Daniel, I think is the name, like the Ryu Summoners War Sky Arena version of for Street Fighter.
Ryu, you talk about like the which one, which element?
Yeah, the Come To Us version of the Street Fighter characters.
Uh, yes. I mean, I know the individual names like Moore and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but like, is there one specifically you're talking about?
No, I just mean if we get
Like the Summoners War Sky
a
Arena
Come To
version?
Us version
Right. There you go.
of the One Punch Man characters.
That's what actually I was going to talk about right after you said that, because I'm actually genuinely shocked that they didn't do that this time around, because it feels kind of bad, especially for units like Narinha, which is a fantastic unit if you haven't had your Argent built and set up and ready to go here. But I've been having a blast with that one, and to realize that no one else can get a copy of it down the road, that's unfortunate. So hopefully they do make a couple of adjustments there and allow those other people out there, especially for people coming in late to the game or maybe coming back for the Korea 1-year anniversary like you were talking about, give them an opportunity to get
The
that. So
the two big things that we're going to see a resurgence in players is going to be the 1-year anniversary, which next month July will be 1 year for Korea, and then about 2 to 3 months later will be NA's 1-year anniversary.
yep.
But the other time that there will be a big resurgence is we do have Soletta and August, I believe.
Okay.
The Archer Summoner,
Yep. Yep. So that's
and that'll be exciting.
you think that's going to be coming out for like NA, or is that going to be
It should be everyone at the same time.
okay? Sounds
Because
good.
after this most recent update, global is caught up to NA.
Gotcha. And as far as like being caught up or whatnot, do you feel like there's anything that can be done or any kind of adjustments that can be made when it comes to the overall server balance, the amount of players that one side has versus the other? You know, should East combine with West to make it somewhat decent? What do you think about that?
I've heard that a lot. Topher has said that. Barcode has said that. And while that will help, when we look at the numbers, your server, which is all of West, is about as big as just one of the East servers.
Yep.
So, and the East servers are also talking about not being able to match with people. I think it's a couple things. I think it's people are playing at different times of day, so you can't always match up with someone if you're always playing at different times of other people. You know what I mean? Like I am generally a overnight person, so when I want to play at like 5 a.m., but you know no one's online, everyone's getting ready, getting their coffee stuff.
Right.
No one's playing. But what I do think, and what I really hope they're aiming towards with catching global up is, while yes, merging NA would be good, as well as crossplay global.
Yep. I think crossplay would be phenomenal. I kid you not. I find it like I'm not even in like high, you know, I can't say really G1, G2, whatever. I'm in like the master one. And it kind of feels weird because I'm running in, you know, I don't know what percentage that is, but I'm running into too many of the top players all too often. I feel like that should be something that like I should be like way higher than that. And so the fact that I'm running into them, I don't know if it's like how the match it goes, but it's like, yeah, it should be, I should be running into them that often here. So hopefully, like
Well,
I
I
said,
will tell you, every time you go to change servers or regions or anything,
yeah,
it always shows you your ping for that.
mm-hmm.
And I've been keeping an eye on it for a while now. And the ping difference between NA East and NA West has gotten very smaller over time. Meaning, so it's like 53 for me in NA East and 62 for NA West. So almost no difference. You really need to see like a 30-point difference for it to matter.
Right.
So if I played on Annabelle right now, I would see effectively the same thing as if I'm playing on Katarina right now.
Okay.
As far as going to EU, Asia, or JP, those numbers have also come down. So I do believe that's something they're working towards, is making a NA mega server and then allowing crossplay.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's pretty much it. That I wanted to cover. Is there anything else that you kind of wanted to share with the community? Your just overall thoughts and everything.
No, I think that right there. We have a couple white pills. We have next collab, because they've already shown us that they want to do collabs.
Mm-hmm.
They already told us they acknowledge that OPM was a bad event.
Yep.
And that they're going to shy away from the event scrolls in the future. That has been said on both from the KR lead dev, which also does NA, as well as on the French stream, so which is all of global. So everyone is in agreement. We're not doing that in the future.
That's good.
As well as based on numbers and kind of how they're doing with connection speeds and such, it definitely seems like, if not crossplay, at least the NA players, it looks like it'll be a mega server in the future.
Yeah. I think so too. Right on, man. Well, hey, I want to give you a huge shout out once again for those that, obviously no one's going to know except for Kigerr and I, but basically this is how today went down. Today went down as I woke up, I watched this video. I said, I need to stop what I'm doing to get this guy on board to do it. And I kid you not, this young man right here stopped everything that he was doing to come on board to do this video with us. That's what kind of a YouTuber he is right now. So if you guys are happy about that, you guys are excited the fact that we're going out of our way to provide you guys content with regards to the state of the game and whatnot. Do me a favor, show your support. Check his YouTube video, check his YouTube channel out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Thanks again, Kigerr, for taking the time to come on board and do this collaboration. I really do appreciate it, man.
Of course, man. Always enjoy chatting with you in the background.
There you go. All right, fam. So that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you could do me a favor, as always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.